call started. Great, we are locked down. Good morning, everyone out there at the Zeta Nation. This is Ron Goles calling in from Dallas, Texas. Welcome to our Friday morning, September 6th, Go Diamond Daily Focus Call. It's kind of fun. Every time we get on one of these calls every other Friday, that time just seems to fly by. It's already September 6th, and we're getting closer and closer to the International Convention in Salt Lake City, the 10th and 11th of October, coming up on just a month. Again, time's just flying by, and it's a good thing. When we're busy and things are progressing, and there's lots to do, lots of people to help, time just does seem to fly by. And this morning on our Freedom Friday call, it's great to hear so many new people introducing themselves. Not necessarily knowing all the new people, but certainly hearing new cities, new states. As our call continues to grow, as our company continues to grow, I encourage everyone to get your team, especially right now with so much information that's coming at us so quickly, and will up to the event, and certainly for the rest of the year post-event, with product, business, updates, company. It's so much fun to be part of something that's growing. And when something is growing, it's very, very dynamic. And not that things change, but things are enhanced, things grow. There's more information, more good stuff that we all need to be aware of, so that we can pass that down to our groups. And with certainly the intention of helping our teams understand, everybody in our organization understand, from the leadership, passing it down to the next tier of leadership, to be plugged into all of the calls that occur. The Monday night call, certainly the corporate power hour calls, or the Legion Nation calls, the first Tuesday of every period, even all of the Go Diamond calls. There's just so much new information to pass on. It's the only really form of communication that we have. So everyone stay plugged in, anticipate just major announcements and lots of good things that are happening as our company continues to grow and grow and grow, and attract some of that top-tier leadership from other companies and other businesses, entrepreneurs that know that Zeta International, they see that Zeta International is absolutely cranking, certainly as witness to the Inc. magazine 5,000 being one of the top 5,000, actually 500 companies in growth over the last 3 years. Something to be truly, truly proud of. Now, on Freedom Friday, it's that day that we really should know. We should know and anticipate, expect it will be the largest day of the cycle from a volume standpoint, from a new enrollment standpoint, as people are closing out the week, helping people advance pin ranks, get larger checks. And if we focus on people in our group, and of course we have to be the example and do those things ourselves, but if we help people understand, it's amazing what can happen on Friday. If your business is, if you're tracking your business at all in your back office, you'll know. If you have a medium, a large organization, you will certainly see it to be the largest volume day of the week. If you're brand new, if you have a young business, there isn't a reason that your business can't double or triple just in one single day. And we must understand what the measurement is and why we do what we do. How can everyone reach their goals? Well, it's the simplest way to understand it is by pin level. Pin level dictates income. The larger the pin level, it simply means by definition that we have the greatest amount of volume on our lesser side to advance to a new pin rank. Well, that's also how we get paid on our pay leg, right? The weak side of our business. The larger that is, the greater the check, and of course, the higher the pin level. So that's kind of the measuring stick. That's simple and easy for everyone to understand, and what we want to teach our brand new people that are coming into the business. And we should know, as we go through the week, if we're plugged in, if we really know our business, we have to know the numbers of our business, or it's, we're just hoping, wishing, guessing something's going to happen. everybody, the biggest pin that everybody's running for is gold, so they can be part of that red carpet reception and all those special things that the company is going to do for gold pin levels and above. So people have until the end of this period to reach gold to be part of that. And it is worth running for, let me tell you. Not only what the company is doing for us in the special red carpet reception, but preferred seating at the event in Salt Lake City, just recognition, so many great things. So gold is definitely what we're focused on to help people that have declared they want to achieve that rank before convention achieve. And how do we do that? Well, that's when we're tracking down through the organization of that person that wants to turn gold, and let's see what who is it that's in action, who perhaps there's some new people that will generate volume quickly, others that are trying to reach, and they may be fairly young or new, and they're trying to get to Builder 500, Builder 1000, silver, or bronze and silver on their way to gold. And I mean, if you think about it, if you have a silver on the left, how much volume would that silver be? Well, it's 2,500 points on the left and 2,500 points on the right minimum to be a silver. Well, that's 5,000 points on the left. And if you have somebody else running for silver on the right, well, there's another 5,000 points on the right. You got two Builder 500s right there, and boom, 5,000 on each side is well over gold, almost white gold volume. And we can even help those silvers. If you want to run to silver, well, if you bronze on the left, 1,500 points on each side of their business, there's 3,000 points. Have somebody else running for bronze on the right side, there's 3,000 points in your silver. And the same thing, Builder 1000s. The Builder 1000 on the left, 2,000 points, right? By definition, because they have to have 1,000 on their left and 1,000 on their right. So a Builder 1,000 on the left and a Builder 1,000 on the right, and you are bronze. Two Builder 500s on the left, a Builder 500 on the left, and a Builder 500 on the right, and you're Builder 1,000. So it's real. The math is really, really easy. We just have to understand it and now have a plan of action to people to work with to help them reach their pin. And, so obviously people above them reach their pin, and eventually it gets to you, and you'll have all the volume and everything that you need for your business. So that's what we want to do. We have to understand it. We have to know that. We have to know who are those people that we're working with. Now, Freedom Friday is that day. We can get volume in many different ways. We can look through and again, as you have a larger business, it's much more difficult. But I'm always tracking my personals, which for the most part, the new ones, the people that have been here for a while, certainly don't have to remind them. But mostly the new people involved in the business, preferred customers in the business that we have, we can track and see, did their auto ships run? You can just run down your genealogy, and it's real simple. When you put your cursor over a box in your genealogy, it'll tell you when their auto ship is set to run. If you see what's supposed to run this week or last week and it still says it, then it did not run. So we can make a phone call and let them know. You never know. When it ran, they could have not had enough in their checking account. If they're using a debit card, maybe they didn't realize that. Perhaps their credit card, something happened with that. Perhaps they changed a credit card. That's happened many times where somebody's expired. They get a new credit card with a new expiration date. Didn't put it in the computer, so the old one didn't run. There's all kinds of opportunities. Another opportunity is to help new people to achieve a PIN rank. Now, that is an example. Last week we had somebody that I was tracking down through the business, and I don't know why. I wasn't tracking the individual that I'm going to talk about, someone in their upline, but for some reason I was kind of digging down deep and looking at some people that I knew their names, because he was trying to get for a new PIN, and I thought there was one person, and it was crazy where it came from. They had like 6,000 points on one side, and they were a bronze, actually, 6,000 points on one side and 4,500 points on the other side with one builder, like 4,400 points with one builder 500. 3,400 points with one builder 500. So I called them up and I said, in fact, they were actually in another country, some people on their lesser side and one who was going to be the builder 500, within their organization. Better if it's on the lesser side because there's 500 points right there. And we identified someone who was kind of out, working a little bit here and there, but they were so close because they had well over 500 points on one side. So we said, you could be a builder 500. We can make that happen. And so we went through the back office. They went through theirs. I didn't know who the people were. And they said, well, this person didn't run auto ship and this one didn't. And let me call this one. They were been kind of out of things for a little while. And it was amazing how in probably 6 hours, that person was builder 500 and the other person was a gold. It was just like the, by the book. And so I had called the original person and said, this is what happened. It's someone that's part-time in the business. So this was kind of happening during the day. And so I called them up and, let them know what happened and explained to the person, this is how we drive volume. When you're trying to get to a new pin and you're trying to help people get to new pins in your organization, it's just so simple. Know your business. Go down, find out who's close. Now, you can't do that with, if you've got 10 people in your group, that's probably pretty easy. When you start hitting, 40, 50, 100, 200 more, you can't go through everybody in your group, but you are working with certain people and you can track down through them. You can teach them how to track down through their volume to find who is it that's in the running, that's in the hunt. As I explained it to the person, I said, no, this is something, honestly, you have a personal that was that close to gold. Why didn't you know about that? I mean, if you really want to get to gold yourself, why wouldn't you know that? Well, people don't know what they don't know. And so this lesson got them very excited. And, of course, now they know because I took the time to explain what happened, what we did, and how we can drive volume on a Freedom Friday. So it was pretty, it was a great exercise in really how that works to help other people. Another way that we can enroll people is sponsoring, right? That's obviously something that we can do to generate tremendous volume. Using Friday as kind of a cutoff date for ourselves in our minds, setting our goals of what we want to do each period and then break it back to each week. How many people do we want to sponsor in a period? How many people perhaps do we want to sponsor each week or each cycle? And the same thing with people in our group. It's not just us. We cannot think just us. We have to think of our group and our leaders and working with them as a team. We set our goals. We can declare those goals to them. We can have them declare their goals to us. So we all have a goal of personal enrollment because that's right now in the life cycle of our company and everybody's businesses, myself, David Moses included, Chris Estes included. They will tell you most important thing we can all do is enroll new people into our businesses. This is the time. It'll never be this easy to enroll people. At the peak of the excitement or news or the advancement of the company, how fast it's growing, people want to be a part of that if they know it, but they won't know it unless we tell them, unless we present to them. So those new people coming into the business have the best opportunity with all of the promotions going on, the Race to Summit promotion, the chance to make so much additional income, and those out there that are, that you're talking to, and they're still deciding whether to come to the conference or not. Typically, the biggest reason people aren't going to come is financial. I mean, if it was free, they would be there, but when we start putting money on it, then it gets a little bit more difficult. I can certainly understand that. Not saying that, people aren't financially challenged right now, but think about it. Why don't we build our business? Why don't we get two who get two, and there's $400? That's almost an airline. Well, from some places, it's an airline ticket. From the farthest point, almost. Certainly rooms covered. Why don't we get two more who get two more? Now we're talking about $800. That'll cover just about everything one would need at the convention. So it really does, it bothers me a little bit. I don't let things bother me, but it certainly tells don't, things are going to still continue to drag for them if they are. But why don't we just do what we're supposed to do? We've had, 2 periods to get two who get 2, or to get 2 more who get 2, and everything's paid for. Even in the compensation plan with first order bonuses and EBBs and everything else, we can earn the money in a very short period of time to fund the trip to Salt Lake City. So sponsoring is that, also that maybe as important as anything that we're doing on Freedom Friday, closing out the week, helping, we're going to put that in somebody's business. We sponsor people, and, they're going to go in somebody's business, and that's going to contribute to pin levels and commissions. So that will also generate excitement. So that's one of the most important things we can do. Now, when it comes to sponsoring, this is one of those, tips or what I found in my career, what I strive for, to be a professional network marketer, and that's permission-based marketing. It's real, it's simple to be attractive. It's simple to chase people away, to scare people, to turn people off. But if we're always thinking, in particular about sponsoring, but also about new people coming into the business that we sponsor and getting them going, but permission-based marketing. I never push people, whether it's a 3-way call for someone in our organization or myself. I'm never, ever pushing people. I'm always pulling away, in a sense, wanting to know if this is something they want, or is it something I'm convincing them to do. So permission-based marketing is important in one respect for Freedom Friday, in that anybody that I've talked to in the past, anybody that I've talked to this week, that is in process, they're looking at information. I always BAM-FAM. This is part of permission-based marketing. BAM-FAM. BAM-FAM. Book a meeting from a meeting. I am always getting permission for the follow-up with an individual. So let's say on Monday I spoke with a brand new person. I asked them if they kept their income options open. They said they would. I sent them a video on a website, or maybe they were on the opportunity call Tuesday night. When I set that appointment with them, whether I sent them a website via link, or I had them on the call Tuesday night, I set the next appointment right then. So that's a meeting. I was talking to them. It's a meeting. So I booked a meeting from that meeting. If it was a website, let's say I sent them on Monday, Joe, I'll send this over to you now. When will you take the time to review that? It'll take you 20 minutes at the outside if you give it your full attention. Well, I'll do it tonight. Well, what time tonight do you think you'll get on that? And there's a reason I'm asking, Joe. I'll probably have to do it after the kids go down to bed, so maybe about 9 o'clock. Very good. Then, can I give you a ring? If it takes about 20 minutes, can I give you a ring about 9:30, or is that too late? And they said, no, call me at 9:30. You see, I have permission to follow up with them. Now, maybe it's a Tuesday opportunity call. I'll do the same thing. They're going to be on the call. Joe, I'm going to follow up with you immediately after the call, if that would be okay with you. I want to be able to just answer your questions and while it's fresh in your mind. And gosh, Joe, I mean, really, either, it's something, if this could be a possible fit, we'll make the time, we'll sit down and get together. If not, don't worry about it. Just let me know. I'm never making people feel obligated. See, it's their decision, their choice. I'm not making them feel obligated, so they're always thinking about, okay, well, how do I tell Rod no? They're not even paying attention to the information. They're more concerned about how to say no gracefully to somebody that they know. So I take all of that away by just simply saying, hey, Joe, I mean, if it could be a fit, then we'll sit down and we'll talk details. If not, don't worry about it. So now Joe knows. I've given him permission. I've almost taken it away from him. And so if he's paying attention to the information, knowing that he can say, yeah, I want to know more, I don't. But the same thing is true when we're setting appointments. Permission-based marketing would be, they have given us permission to call them at a specific time, not tomorrow. Well, I'll look at it, okay, or okay, Joe, I'll call you back tonight, or I'll call you tomorrow. Or Joe says, well, call me tomorrow. Well, when tomorrow? You see, you'll know if you're using permission-based marketing for your follow-ups based pick up the telephone to call them back to follow up. If you got that sick little feeling in your tummy, gosh, well, he said call him next week. He said call him, tomorrow. It's tomorrow. Should I call him during the day? I don't know if they're working, if that would, if that's a good thing to do. Maybe I'll call them at lunch, or should I wait till after work? Yeah, but they may be eating dinner. I don't know if they're going to be eating dinner. So for me, I never have that. I'm excited. I look at my day timer and I say, I was supposed to call Joe at 9:30. Joe told me to call him at 9:30. So I'm going to call Joe up, say, hey, Joe, it's 9:30. You asked me, we agreed to talk here, at 9:30. Or if Joe doesn't answer, and does that happen every once in a while, if they don't answer the phone, well, I can leave a message, say, hey, Joe, it's 9:30. We had our appointment. I hope everything is okay. You may be on the other line. Just give me a call right back. Very important. And now, there is no sick little feeling in my tummy. Joe gave me permission to call him back. So Freedom Friday, how does that tie in? Well, I'm getting permission. I've got as many permissions as I can get to follow up on Friday, and especially on Friday, I want to make sure I nail down a time, because I know how people are. Come the afternoon, they're thinking about the weekend. Work's over, and maybe it's happy hour time. I don't know. Maybe they're going out of town. Who knows? But I'm very careful to try to nail down times as early Friday as I can while I have people's attention. Now, obviously, my goal is to catch them on a Thursday or a Wednesday and not have it wait till Friday. But worst case is Friday, so that I can enroll. I can place business in people's business. I can be on three-way calls. I reserve today. Very little of what I do today will revolve around not sponsoring. Whether it's myself and my follow-ups, whether it's three-way calls, but I avoid anything else. Any kind of paperwork, if I don't have to, unless it's an appointment, trying to stay by the phones, calling down to the organization, as I just had explained. But everything I do on Friday is revolves around jamming volume for people in the group, for the leaders that I'm working with, people that I'm working with. That's what Freedom Friday is all about. So we can turn new pins. And it's always fun on Friday night. Well, Friday afternoon and Friday night, I get the most texts. If someone in your group turns a new pin, and you know about it, and it's always best coming from the sponsor, but, we have people that we've sponsored, and maybe a few levels deep. They're plugged and they're not plugged in. And maybe we've dug deep and we found somebody to work with. So we want to, if it's not going to be the sponsor or someone else, text their upline. Congratulate Joe, we just hit Builder 500, or whatever pin level someone hit. Text that out to 2, 3, 4, 5 people in the upline, in their upline, our upline above, and let them get congratulations responses. Make sure you put the cell phone number in so people can text back to the individual. Let's say, Joe, text up to the upline. Joe, hey, the people in the upline, Joe just reached, bronze level. Please send the congratulations to, and the cell phone number, short, sweet, and then Joe gets 4 or 5 text messages. Hey, congratulations, Joe, for reaching bronze. You talk about excitement, and what gets rewarded gets repeated. What gets rewarded gets repeated. When somebody gets that recognition and people celebrating a job well done, a benchmark, a milestone, a pin level, whatever that might be, and they get that sincere and overwhelming, must be swift congratulations, recognition, then they want to do it again. It just makes you want to do it again. Oh, darn, I got to get the silver because that was kind of fun. I feel good. I feel good about myself. I feel good about my business. And that's what we're here to do. We're cheerleaders also. People don't get enough recognition in their jobs and their careers and what they do every day. The world's fast, the pace is fast, and everybody's, so many people are looking out for themselves and grabbing credit, especially in the corporate world. We're the opposite, man. We want everyone to feel powerful, to feel needed, to feel, that they're part of a team where everyone's working together, everybody's celebrating everyone's victories, everyone's helping each other to get those victories to be celebrated. And are enrolling somebody, whatever it may be, find something and recognize them as swift as possible. And you'd be surprised how that builds belief in what they're doing. It adds to the excitement that will then be translated to the people they're talking with, whether it's their organization or their prospects. That's what we do. But success doesn't happen by accident. It is predictable. It is that one correct activity leads to the next correct activity. And we must understand that, not think it's the lottery and it's just going to happen by accident. It won't. I can assure you that. I say that every once in a while you hear, some story of somebody came in somebody's business down below and just a self-starter and just went crazy. But those are few and far between, because typically if that person doesn't have interaction or they don't understand the culture and what we're doing here, they tend to go away. Even they had the potential, but they fell away. So we must know it's up to us to establish that culture, in particular Freedom Friday culture, helping people get to financial independence. That's what everybody's looking for, those that are involved in the business anyway. Of course, that's the end game. That's what we're all looking for, financial freedom, financial independence. And that's why we call it Freedom Friday. So if you are a freedom fighter, if you're taking Freedom Friday seriously, and we're gonna help others jam pin levels, bigger checks for them, then as we get off the line, let's hear it. It is going to be a spectacular day. Always get excited about knowing what volume is Friday morning and see what it is, 1 o'clock in the morning, my time here in Central Time Zone, when we close out the day, when we close out the week. I know we rearrange date night from Friday to Saturday, and I make it as long as I can, and typically till at least 1, 2 in the morning, either closing out the week, of course, and then celebrating all the victories. That's what it's about. That's the good feeling that we can have for a job well done through helping other people. So if you're a freedom fighter, as we get off the line here, you're going to have a spectacular day. Let's hear it. We'll close off the call. Everybody have an amazing, amazing day. Great call.
Harriet, last resort for freedom. Hello, Georgia. Thank you much. You're right.
It's Freedom Friday. You're great.
Thank you, Roger. Great call from Bailey, Allentown, Pennsylvania. Thank you.